So number of problems are there in dynamic gates. One of them is direct connection or cascading. Cascading is one of the problem, and moreover, the during the evaluation phase of the during the evaluation phase, the input should be changed, not the during the pre-charge phase. Anyway, cascading problem is what? See, if you cascade one dynamic gate with the other one, then during the evaluation phase, you see there is a delay, pull down delay here, TPHL. During that delay, this transistor of the second gate is going to be on in most transistor, and hence the pull down path will be fighting against the this one. Rather, sorry, let me tell in a different way. This transistor, since on, already ME is on, so the out 2 node will be dropping by say delta V. And since the output is dropping, there will be a reduction in noise margin in this circuit. So it is not a good thing. Then the solution for that is what? You add a static inverter at the output of the dynamic gate. Now it is no more dynamic, but it is called domino logic. Okay, the dynamic plus the static inverter is domino gate. Now you can cascade. There will be no problem, because when the pre-charge phase goes on, this node output node of the dynamic gate is VDD, and hence the output of the static inverter is 0. So there is only possibility is that is from 0 to 1 at the output terminal of the domino gate, and that too conditional, that based on the input. If all inputs are high, this is going to be low, this is going to be low, and hence this is going to make a low to high transition. Since the gate, all the other domino gates are having 0 inputs during pre-charge phase, so there is not a problem. You can do the cascading. You can do the cascading without drop of voltage at the output. So moreover, you are connecting a static inverter, so the output impedance gets reduced. Otherwise, dynamic gates output remains in sometimes in high impedance state. So if a gate's output is in high impedance state, it is vulnerable to noise. So you are connecting a static inverter, so output is either connected to VDD or connected to ground, so noise immunity increases. Then this gate is called domino because the evaluation of each stage ripples from stage to stage. As we have discussed earlier, that say all inputs are high, so this will be dropping from high to low, and hence this will go from low to high. Same will happen here in these other stages also. So evaluation of each stage ripples to the next stage evaluation like a domino. So it is a called domino gate. Since the outputs of a domino gate is invariably 0 during evaluation phase, pre-charge phase. So it is tempting that you can reduce the footer here. Okay, because if you do that, you are going to reduce the clock load and pull down drive will be increased because you are reducing one pull down transistor footer. Because of two reasons, we may think that, okay, let us eliminate the footer. But it will have some problem. What is that problem? Here, the eliminating the evaluation device extends the precharge cycle. The precharge now has to ripple through the logic networks as well. How? How? You see that here, suppose the primary input was 1 initially, so it was 0, okay, and it was what? It was high, right? It was high. Now during the precharge phase, the clock will go low, so it will take some time to recharge this node. So this is one gate delay, and this inverter is going to take another gate delay, to make it high to low transition. So two gate delays there. Till then, it is remaining. I mean, it is not able to. It is not able to precharge. Are you understanding? It is remaining high. It is remaining high. This input is remaining high till this two gate delay. So during that time, this MP is not able to precharge. Rather, you can say that this one is fighting against this MP. So not allowing to precharge it. Similarly, the third gate will not be precharging till the second gate is precharged. Okay, so precharging is this way, rippling from stage to stage. So this is one of the problem. Okay, this is one of the issue of a footless domino. This also we have discussed. Another negative is extra power consumption. If say during precharge, any of the input is, say it is an inverter. So if this input is high, then direct connection may be there. And your power consumption dissipation will take place. It is another problem in this gate. This also we have discussed. Then we have summarized here. Like we have seen that domino logic can implement non-Martin gates like AND or XOR, etc. Of course, there is a solution, but always it is not possible. That also we have said. So, but yes, it is faster. Okay, it is a high-speed circuit can be realized with this, and minimum sized inverter can be used as compared to the static CMOS case, as only one single gate capacitance has to be driven by this gate. I mean to say, this has to drive only one Cox here, unlike two Cox in static CMOS version. Now the problem of non-Martin properties can be solved with dual rail domino, and it is also discussed. See, O as well as O bar can be realized. Means you will have, if you are all circuits, all these gates are realized with domino, dual rail domino. You can assume that these inputs are coming from another dual rail domino. Then you will have this signal and its complements, A as well as A bar, B as well as B bar, etc. Okay, so you will be able to realize inverting as well as non-inverting functions, and as well as NAND, or as well as NOR, XOR as well as XNOR, etc. This also I have discussed. So any arbitrary function can be realized with this dual rail, but this comes at the expense of increased power dissipation, since a transition is guaranteed every clock cycle. Obviously, because either O or O bar is going to make transition, so power consumption is going to be more. Here, the function of F1 and MF1 and MF2 is like a bleeder during, say, clock high or clock high state. Any of the inputs may be, say, high, other one low. Means what? This output supposed to be high, but due to some threshold leakage current or get leakage current or various other leakage current, junction leakage current or IVTVT, band to band tunneling current, this node, may leak out. Charge will be leaking out. To compensate for that, these MF1, MF2 are used in the dual run. You have series. So up to here you get this two plus this one and operation followed by this one bar will be there. So you are going to get this function. Any doubt in this? How we are getting O1, O2, O3? Hmm? Himanshu Shogra, are you there? Prem Prabhat? Prem Prabhat? Himanshu Shogra, Arts Tripathi? Is it understandable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kartik Rai,
Yes, sir.
is it clearly understandable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here notice that the internal nodes have to be pre-charged. This is the internal node, say x1, another is x2. Pre-charge to the correct result to get the correct result. Hence, the number of pre-charge devices is not reduced. However, the number of evaluation transistors, this one is reduced. Here is the benefit: number of transistors getting reduced because of this. You are reusing this one for all the functions. Now, compound domino. It is another domino. How you are going to realize compound functions, like this kind of function. Actually, this will be the function. Output O will be equals to ABC dot DF, and it is odd with GH. See how it is realized here. O1 is going to be what? Here O1 is A, B, C and bar. Am I correct? You consider this part only, left part only. This is a dynamic gate, dynamic 3-input NAND. Am I correct? Then O2 is what? It is D, E, F. That is also bar. We are considering just separately. This is another dynamic 3-input NAND. Then these two are ORed here. So once you are ORing with this complex gate, you are getting this thing. Now here output, its output say Y is this one. And here O3 equals to GH bar. So you are ANDing this with Y. Okay. O3 is ANDed with Y. You get this function or not? O equals to what? It is what? This is NAND. This is the NAND. So this bar is coming for the NAND. And this is ANDed with this one. So ultimately, are you getting this function or not? NAND equals to bubble OR. So you are getting this and left side this one. So further, if I take this one as NOR equals to bubble AND, so I am getting this one from here. Okay, and this is this one. So this function is realized with this compound domino gate. This function is realized. Is there any doubt in this to get this function? Kartik Rai, Prajwal.
Sir, in this circuit, why didn't we use the same pull down network for both dynamic gates?
Yes, you're telling that why not only one ME?
Yes, sir.
Think of why it is not there. One will be solving purpose. If it is, then we can connect, remove all and connect together. Is there any possibility of doing so? During evaluation phase, you have to make the clock high. In that time, if it is only one, is it going to solve the purpose? Clock high, maybe it is possible, but yes, wider transistor has to be used so that it can sync all the currents of 3 branches. Okay. So going to the next slide to further optimize. Optimization means, say, we want to make, instead of long pull down chain here in the left side, large fan-in structure here, 6 transistors in a series. So its TPHL will be longer, right? This part is basically your dynamic NAND 6. If you consider the static one, then it becomes domino and 6, right? And X1 here, this node here is this. X1 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all ANDed, all inputs are ANDed, and that is over there is a bar, so it is NAND 6 followed by inverter, so that bar is gone. You get X2 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it understood? The problem in this that your delay TPHL, high to low, is going to be very long because 6 transistors is going to offer 6 resistance, right? So why not to break it down in smaller or lower fan-in circuits in this way? and OR it in this way. Possibly it is going to reduce the TPHL. So you have done here O1 and O2, and then you are using a NOR gate here, okay, to combine to get the O output. So output O is going to be same here. Will you get the same thing or not if you do in this way? Himanshu Shogra, who is that? Tell. Somebody tell.
Yes, yes, sir. We'll get it.
You'll get it. Himanshu Shogra is there? Prem Prabhat, Himanshu Shogra? Not there. So, but it is having a backgate coupling problem, and otherwise this is better method. Care must be taken to ensure that the dynamic nodes are not affected by the coupling between the output of the static gates and the output of the dynamic nodes. So now we are going to compare the static CMOS version versus domino version. Okay, here is a function which is to be realized. This is a function f equals to AB odd with GIs odd with C or D and with E or F. This function realizing in CMOS, static CMOS is very simple. AB, this one is AB, GH, and here CD, C or D and E or F are ANDed here. Okay, this you understand or not? CMOS, static CMOS function realization, you understand or not? Prem Prabhat, Himanshu, not there. Shashank, do you understand any function
Sir.
realization?
Yes, sir, I have understood, sir. C and D are in parallel, so C plus D.
So realization
Yes,
of
sir.
a CMOS, gate is very simple. If you have realized, I think I have discussed one day. So it is simple. Now it needs how many transistors for F? It is 8 plus 8 plus this inverter 18, right? Now same thing if you realize with domino gate. So for domino gate, only pull down network is required, as here is. Same pull down network is here, PDN. You have a footer and you have a recharge transistor. So 8 plus 2, 10 plus 2, 12. 12 transistor versus 18 transistors. So a lot of area saving can be done. Okay. If you, for an inverter, if you consider only inverter, dynamic inverter and domino inverter or domino AND gate, domino AND gate, for example. Domino AND means it is simply like this, or domino buffer. If you consider, I am considering buffer. This is your clock, and this is your dynamic inverter. If you put a, let us make it AND gate, so it will be better to this is AB, right? So if you consider how many transistors are required, 4 plus 2, 6 transistor, 6 transistor, and your static CMOS needs how many? That is also 6. Yes or no? Static CMOS,
Yes.
that is also 6. There you are not finding any benefit. But if you realize some complex functions like this, you see that there is a lot of advantage in terms of number of transistors. You may ask the question why you should go for that. This kind of comparison, if you do static versus domino, then really there is no much advantage in terms of number of transistors. But if you go for complex circuits or complex function, then obviously there will be some benefit. Some more example. Say function given is z equals to ab. Yes, it is going to give you ab, and d odd with e. This is the subnet for that, and it is ANDed with c, right? So pull down network is here. So if you put a inverter, you'll get this function. Up to here, you are going to get what? The z equals to ab plus c de. Up to here. After inverter, you get the actual function. After the static inverter. This is another function. So here sometimes a bleeder is used to compensate for the leakage when the pull down network is not on. Okay, even though this is on during evaluation phase, pull down network is not on, so leakage may be there. That leakage will be compensated by this one. Such leakage will be compensated. Sometimes the last based is used. This is even better. There is a problem in this. There is a static power dissipation problem maybe there. Suppose all the inputs are high, and hence the pull down network is on, and the all input high persist for a long time. All inputs, say A, B, C, etc. inputs are there, and all are high for a long time. And hence, what will happen? This is always on, so bid is going to be connected directly, and hence static power dissipation will occur, like pseudo NMOS logic. Pseudo NMOS inverter they was drawing yesterday. Are you remembering? Himanshu Shogra and Prem Prabhat. There are said. So to avoid this latch version, okay, is used. How it is preventing? Can anybody tell? How this static power dissipation, what was happening here? Okay, that can be prevented.
Sir, if all the inputs are low, then sir, this
is on.
Yes, sir.
This is on. So this is 0. So this is 1. So it is off. So it is off. Good. So the static leakage will not occur in this version. So it is better. Now we are going to summarize, or rather we are going to end this domino logic by another type, which is called NP-CMOS logic family. Okay, this is NP-CMOS logic family. NP, one tree is with a NMOSFET, this block, pull down block is with NMOSFET. Next one must be with PMOSFET. Next one must be with NMOSFET. Next one must be with PMOSFET. So N tree, we call it N tree and P tree. Okay, again N tree and P tree, like that it will be done. If you cascade in this way, then you don't need the static CMOS inverter, the one which is used in domino. Understood? Why? Why? You see, during the precharge phase, this node is going to be high. Okay. Precharge phase means what? Phi. Phi here instead of CLK clock, phi is written here. Phi and phi bar. Clock or clock bar is written here. It is taken from different book, I think, the diagram. So when clock is 0, clock bar is going to be 1. Yes or no? This is nothing but clock bar. When clock is 0, this node is high, whereas clock bar, so this is 1. This MP, see, evaluation transistor is also different. This is ME in a entry. In P-tree, evaluation transistor is P MOSFET. This is off. This one, when phi bar is 1, obviously when clock is 1, clock bar is 1, so it is off. And this 1 is coming here. This is also off. So this block, P block, is off. This one is what? Off. ME. ME evaluation transistor. This is MP here, precharge transistor. This is MP precharge transistor. This is ME evaluation transistor. This is evaluation transistor. Just reverse case of entry. This is precharge transistor. Just here it was at the bottom. Evaluation transistor was at the bottom. It has gone at the up towards the VDD, and it is a P MOSFET instead of N MOSFET here at the entry. Here precharge transistor was a P MOSFET at the top connected to VDD. Here it has come down and it is N MOSFET and it is connected to ground side. Okay, just reverse case is happening in a P tree. So what is going to happen when you precharge? Let us read it and understand. In this circuit, when phi equals to 0, the first stage with NMOS transistor logic is precharged high. This is 1 during precharge. The second stage is precharged low. This is precharged low. How it is? The second stage is precharged low and the third stage is precharged high because it is again entry. This one is entry. Think of, is it going to happen or not? And the second logic stage is composed of PMOS transistors. These will all be turned off during precharge phase. These will all be turned off during precharge phase. See, this is high, so this is going to be off. There is no doubt. And since this phi bar, it is a bar, complement of phi, so or complement of clock, so it is 1, so this is also off. But what happens to this? Since this is 1, this transistor is MP, the MP pre-charge transistor is on, so this node is cooled down by this one, so it is becoming 0. We are telling that the P3 is pre-charged to 0. We are calling the P3 is pre-charged to 0. Entries, all the entries are pre-charged to 1, and all the P3s are pre-charged to 0. Are you understanding? Raj Tripathi.
Yes, sir.
Also, as the second stage is pre-charged low, the NMOS transistor in the third logic stage will be off. Means, since it is pre-charged low, so this block is going to be off. Okay, because they are cascaded. Means this stage of the dynamic gate is going to get input from some other dynamic gate of same type. Means it is going to get from the P3 all the inputs. Here it is shown 1. All the inputs here is going to come from some P3 in a big system. You think of it as a big system. So all these inputs is going to come from other P3s. So all inputs will be low. So this block, N block, pull down network block, PDN block, are going to get 0 inputs. So it is off. That's what is said here. Domino connections are possible in this way, and I think we should call it not domino. We can say dynamic also, because you actually don't have the static inverter. Directly dynamic you are going to connect to the P3. Okay, then P3 again without any static inverter you are connected to that. Of course, you can connect inverter also, static inverter, as shown here in this. Okay, this will go to N blocks. From here it can go to N block. Here it should go to P block without any static inverter. This part is shown here in the top. Okay, this part. If you have to connect, rather if your this gate is going to drive another entry, then you have to connect static inverter. Okay, otherwise not. This is what the NP-CMOS logic style. Now, common advantages of dynamic logic style are as follows: smaller area than the fully static. We have seen in one case that 18 versus 12 transistors is required, so number of transistors is less compared to the static CMOS version. Then smaller parasitic capacitances and high speed. Obviously, the gates are driving only one COX. Are you understanding, Kartik Rai?
Yes, sir.
There's a glitch-free operation if designed carefully. Lower dynamic power will be there. Glitch is there, means dynamic power is more. So if you can carefully design it, then dynamic power can be reduced. A disadvantage of the NP-CMOS logic style is that P3 blocks are slower than the N3. Obviously, because of the what? Lower mobility of the holes. Okay, current driving capability is less because of the lower mobility, and hence you have to make wider MOSFETs if you want to make equal delay. So wider means more area will be required. Is it understood? Now with this we are ending the theoretical part of this one. Now certain things like SPICE, Verilog system, Verilog design examples will be discussed. I'll be taking examples of inverter, NAND gate, and NOR gates. Okay. So what is the time now? Should I start now or we have no time? 51 and 51. So time is gone. So let me stop. And in the next class tomorrow, today is 5th. I think at 5th in the evening we have class. Yeah, no, 6th Wednesday onwards. Okay. Tomorrow we have in the evening class tomorrow and day after tomorrow because of these holidays. Okay. So let me stop here, and we will discuss further in tomorrow's class.
Sir,